Hi students, how are you all? Yes, today we are going to start with Le-Chatelier principle. So, why we want to learn Le-Chatelier principle? What is Le-Chatelier principle? See, usually we know that in equilibrium means rate of forward reaction becoming equal to rate of reverse reaction. If you take equilibrium reaction, forward reaction rate is equal to backward reaction or reverse reaction. But if you apply any conditions like temperature, pressure, concentration, catalyst, etc., if you apply any disturbance in the equilibrium, what will happen? To decrease the disturbance, it will change the direction. To decrease the disturbance, it will change the direction of reaction. The direction of reaction will change, or as per the book statement we can say, if a system at equilibrium, if you apply or if you disturb the system, it will shift the direction to nullify the effect of that disturbance. For example, in a chemical equilibrium reaction, if you increase the concentration, to decrease the concentration, added excess concentration, it will takes place forward reaction. Right? Simple, you can take one example. H2 plus I2 will give 2Hi. In this reaction, if you add excess amount of hydrogen and iodine gases, what will happen? Now the reactant concentration is excess, so forward reaction will take place until equilibrium becoming re-established. Okay, so the again it will attain equilibrium, but on addition, that added value should decrease, that added concentration should decrease. For that, to avoid the disturbance, it will change the direction. That is only called Le-Chatelier's principle. If the system at equilibrium is disturbed by any temperature, pressure, concentration like that, it will change the direction, shift the direction to nullify the effect of that disturbance. Okay, so now we are going to apply the Le-Chatelier principle by changing the concentration by changing the temperature as well pressure. First example, we are going to first thing, by adding the concentration, what will happen? Effect of concentration. So upon addition of concentration in this reaction, what will happen? Very simple. If you add excess amount of hydrogen gas as well as iodine, we are adding excess of H2I2. What will happen? Now the concentration of reactants are high, so it will change the direction. What will happen? It will take forward reaction because we are added excess. Okay, equilibrium reaction means both side reactant and product should have the equal concentration. For that, if you add hydrogen and iodine, forward reaction will take place until the equilibrium attains. Okay, so when the equilibrium attains, then we can see both forward reverse reaction becoming equal. But until the attains equilibrium, the forward reaction will take place. Okay, you may ask, suppose I am removing Hi without, I didn't add any excess H2I2, but I am removing some amount of Hi in this equation. What will happen? Now also the forward reaction will take place. Why? Because you reduce the concentration of product, so reactant will combine, it will nullify the disturbance by forming the product, because concentration of product becoming less. Okay, right. Now we will go to the product side. If you add excess of HI, what will happen? Yes, reverse reaction will take place. So reverse reaction takes place at the same time. If you remove any amount of hydrogen and oxygen, hydrogen and iodine, what will happen? Now also the reverse reaction will take place. Okay. We will see this Lee-Chorley principle by applying some mathematical numerical problem. Right? Yes. The same HI formation reaction we will take. In this equation, the molar concentration of HI how much is given? 1 mole. Then H2 0.2, I2 0.1. So initial concentrations are given. Okay, HI 1 molarity, H2 0.2, I2 0.1. Right? For this Kc value, how do you find the Kc value? Concentration of product divided by concentration of reactants with coefficients. Okay. So apply the HI value 1 divided by 0.2 into 0.1. Okay. See here also square, don't forget. So 1 by 0.2. Okay. Then 1 by 0.2 means how you simplify? Actually 0.02. Okay, right. It is equal to 50. How? For example, 0.02. How will you write? 50. Sir, top and bottom you multiply with 100. Okay, 100 divided by 2. So if you cancel, you will get 50. So what is the Kc value for the given concentration? 50. The same way, we are going to add some amount of iodine alone. We are adding the excess of I2. How much? 0.1. Now tell me what are the initial values for hydrogen, iodine and HI. Iodine, hydrogen, no change, 0.2. The initial concentration 0.1, initial 1. Then added, here there is no any addition, here 0.2 because one more 0.1 is added. Here also the same. But what they are telling, because of addition, what happens? Some amount of HI is increased. How much? The 2x value. How much given the problem itself? 1.092. You keep in your mind, right? Okay. Next to that, change in concentration. What is change in concentration? Some concentration may change, we know. That is x. So what is the new concentration? 0.2 minus x. So from 0.2, some concentration may change. Here also 0.2 minus x, 1 minus x. Okay, right. Sorry, 1. Here, how much changes may take place from x? Some changes. Here, 2x. Why? X amount of H and iodine is changed means 2x amount of HI will change. Already we know that. Yes. By applying this value, concentration of HI already given the book. What is that? 1 minus 2x. Value is given. Sorry, here plus. I made it mistake. Because concentration will decrease in reactants added or increase in product. So how much concentration of x is decreased now? Minus x minus x. How much increased? So plus x plus 2x. So 1 plus 2x equal to 1.092. So 2x equal to 1, if you bring it that side, 1 will go. So 0.092. Right. From that you could find the x value. How do you find the x value? X equal to 0.92 divided by 2. So that is nothing but 0. Divide with 2. 4, 6. So x value found that, 2x value also you know that. By knowing all this value, you can apply now current concentration of H2I2. Actually, what's the remaining concentration? 0.2 minus x, 0.2 minus x, 1 plus 2x. So this is a currently present concentration. Now you apply the x value for H2. 0.2 minus, what is the x value? 0.046. The same way I2, 0.2 minus 0.046. But for HI, the same. Already we know that, because HI is equal to 2x only, no? Right? So what is 1 plus 2x value? 1 plus 2x value, that is nothing but already given in the book, 1.092. Okay, right. Now we got all the concentration of a non-equilibrium condition, because we have added, it is not an equilibrium condition. Non-equilibrium condition means we will find QC. QC means 1 HI square divided by H2 I2. Then HI value 1.092, so square I am writing 2 times divided by I2. So you want to subtract that value. If you subtract, what will you get? 0.15, 1 minute, 154, yes, 0.154 into 0.154. Okay. Now if you simplify, what will happen? It is also equal to 50. How? You just take log value, right? If you take, you will get the same 50. So Kc value is equal to Qc value. So they are exist in the equilibrium. So from that, what we have confirmed, both reactant product concentration becoming equal when not in the added at the time of addition. After reaching the equilibrium, you can confirm Qc value is equal to Kc value, right? So by using that, you look at the diagram. See, in this diagram, in the beginning we don't have any disturbance, so it may have the linear or straight line structure, but because of addition of excess of H2I2 or I2 alone, I2 is added, so because of that some slight changes in the linear line, because of these changes HI also increased. So concentration of H2I2 first increased and then decreased, maintains constant. Here also first the beginning HI increased and then maintained constant concentration of HI. The same way we can apply the gas. Okay, so how do you apply effect of pressure? The same. See, in the Le-Chatelet principle, if you change the concentration, it will change the direction. The same way we will find effect of pressure. If you change the pressure, what will happen? Before that, you must know, see, only gas is reactant. Pressure means we can apply this effect. Otherwise, if liquid or solid pressure means the pressure effect will not change any direction. That is important. The same example we can take it again. So in this, all are gases. So only the pressure applicable for gas is reactant products. Okay. Yes. Now we can apply for this means no effect, because we must know the exceptional. Why I am saying means, even though all are in the gaseous state, delta Ng value, what is the delta Ng value for this one? 2 minus 1 plus 1, so it becoming 0. Which one is having the delta Ng value is 0, or reactant side, product side equal number of moles, the effect of a pressure will not work out. So we will take, this is exceptional, you must know that. Another example, ammonia formation reaction 2NH3. So in this reaction, if you apply the pressure, here also all are gas, but number of moles of reactants 4, number of moles of product only 2. So number of moles different means delta value becoming positive or negative. Definitely we will have some changes by applying the pressure, right? So in this equation the same, if you increase N2 or H2 concentration, what will happen? Forward reaction, because very important, the pressure effect, what will happen? Concentration, what happens? From where you are adding, the opposite direction the reaction will take place. Okay, here where you are finding the less number of moles, that side fewer number of moles present side will takes place the reaction. Okay, if you apply pressure, here we cannot say we are going to apply or increase the N2H2, because that is concentration. For example, by using the piston, okay, if you increase the pressure, what will happen? From one side to another side the reaction will take place, direction of the reaction will change. Okay, what direction it will take place? Which side we have less number of moles? The reactant side 1 plus 3, totally 4, product side only 2. So if you increase the pressure in this above equation, what will happen? Forward reaction will take place. Okay, very important. Okay, right. Suppose we will maintain the equilibrium in certain pressure. If you decrease the pressure, reverse reaction will take place. Okay, so this is also important effect. So clearly they are given with the diagram in your book. Please note down. Next, effect on temperature we will see in the next video. Thank you.